Jan waits for the borders to fully reopen between Thailand and Poland. Polish man dreams of a new life with a Thai woman he may already have met online. A young Polish man is waiting for the borders to reopen fully after the COVID-19 crisis to come on a holiday to Thailand to meet one of the young Thai women he has been talking to online. He is one of a growing number of Poles seeking love in the kingdom, while a growing number of Thai men and women who seek their future in Eastern Europe and Poland, where the vanguard of Thai restaurants and traditional Thai massage parlors are already well established. Poland is still a developing country and economy. The median income in Poland, a country whose GDP, like Thailand, took a hammering in 2020, is $1,800 compared to $800 in Thailand for those who can get a good job, with a large proportion of them still limited to an agrarian existence and prospects. Nevertheless, for many Thai women thinking of a new life in Europe, Poland as a destination country does not often top a list in terms of preference. History of Thai emigration to Poland. It is an Eastern European country with a history of recruiting Thai farm and factory workers to power its economic expansion, while, at the same time, many Poles have used the European Union Commons Market and Travel Area to emigrate and earn higher incomes across the continent. A highlighted case of abuse of Thai migrant workers some years ago, publicized by the international trade union movement, led to calls for reform and measures taken since then to protect Thai workers traveling there and to other Eastern European nations from exploitation and abuse. Thai nationals seeking to live in Poland should seek official advice and be aware of consular and social service supports. Any Thai woman thinking of traveling to Poland or Eastern Europe should consult with government agencies at home to ensure their safety and well-being, while also protecting them from abuse or exploitation. Care should be taken by Thai people, both men and women, emigrating to this part of the world to ensure that consular and social services can be provided to them in Poland on arrival should necessary. Busy Thai embassy in Warsaw. Thailand has a friendly relationship with Warsaw, which is home to a busy Royal Thai embassy in the city, which also serves as Thailand's mission to neighboring Ukraine. In the past decades, Warsaw, like other Polish cities and towns, has seen a wave of Thai restaurants, which are always the vanguard of a quiet, friendly, constructive and low-key Thai invasion. Thai immigrants to Poland already have a good name. Many are entrepreneurs, as everywhere in the world. This initial base of Thai immigrants are low-key and hard-working and include entrepreneurs who often move towards opening restaurants or traditional Thai massage shops. In the middle of this movement and development, there is also a rising number of tourists from Poland to Thailand, at least before the pandemic. Many among them are Polish men seeking Thai women as life partners or wives, but these groups also include Polish women marrying Thai men and moving to Thailand, as well as LGBT Poles seeking partners in Thailand in a more relaxed environment to find love, and some, who can afford it, to settle and live. Problems for the LGBT community in Poland. Poland, a staunchly Catholic and conservative country, has become controversial in the last 2 decades because of what is seen as increasing intolerance to the LGBT community and the lifestyle it represents. This has put it at odds with the leadership of the European community. At the same time, Thailand, when also being a conservative and traditional country, has been seen as a more welcome environment for LGBTQIH moves within the kingdom recently to recognize same-sex unions being initiated by the government. A number of Polish LGBT entrepreneurs who engage in online business activities have moved to Thailand, where the government is now offering incentives to people with such skills to come and live in the kingdom. Sunny Thailand is a new opportunity for digital entrepreneurs, with new schemes on offer from the government in Bangkok. An added benefit is the near-continuous sunshine and warm weather and relatively low-tax, low-cost financial environment. It is widely perceived, due to the influence of Poland's right-wing and nationalist Law and Justice Party, that Poland has created an environment where the LGBT community faces increased challenges and hurdles that are not experienced by the broader community in the meantime. Polish men and women continue to come to Thailand for both rest and relaxation, but also a bit of romance. Same motivation that has seen German men coming to live and find love in Thailand for decades. The motivation is quite similar to German men and women from Western countries who have been coming to Thailand for decades, and it involves Polish women also looking abroad or at home for prospects other than marrying and settling down with local men at home. A country with a good education system and work ethic, young Poles, both men and women, are in demand throughout Europe, and many Polish women have sought more affluent lives in countries further west. In Poland, economic development has offered Polish women who are renowned for being hard-working economic prospects other than marriage in the traditionally Catholic country. For men offset by this development, the prospect is either to find a wife, marriage partner or girlfriend in neighboring Ukraine, or for a smaller number who seeks a more exotic cultural experience and broader horizons, Thailand. Poland joined the European Union in 2004. There is also a corollary to this, as Poland, since its entry into the European Union in May 2004, has seen its young people emigrate and travel to every corner of the Union, which offers them enhanced economic opportunities. This means the concept of cross-border marriage is no longer seen as too adventurous and is now quite commonplace. Similarly, in Thailand, there are not only Polish men living with Thai wives but also quite a number of free-spirited Polish women who have married Thai men. Jan can't wait to land in Thailand and meet the woman of his dreams. He feels he's already met her online. Our story is that of Jan, whose search for a Thai bride has not yet gotten off the ground. He joined Thai Love Lines in 2020, just 2 months before the COVID-19 crisis erupted, and has been put off by the restrictions that are currently being imposed in traveling Thailand. I am so excited to go to Thailand, but with the current COVID-19 restrictions and increased costs, it's put me off. I've been talking with dozens of young Thai women and I feel that there are a few that might have the right one for me to be with, he said. Why does he now find a beautiful Polish woman who are renowned in Europe and indeed here for their beauty and flair? Switched off local dating in Poland in 2018. I just switched off in 2008 after a relationship of 3 years went the wrong way for me. Afterwards, I just found it very hard to find a woman from my own country who was interested in me. All of them wanted to just about jobs, or many I knew, the better ones with a bit of go, would be heading for the United Kingdom, where many still live despite the Brexit, he tells us. I don't know, but I feel my soulmate is waiting for me in Thailand. I will go in 2022 for sure. It's already a success for me, as I have spent my nights talking with really nice ladies online and instead of going to the pub or nightclub and drinking too much. ThaiLoveLines.com is Thailand's biggest internet dating site with over 355,000 members and growing rapidly. Begin your search for a Thai girlfriend, wife or partner here.